What's up guys, it's James here, and in today's video I want to talk about the $100,000 a year opportunity that no one is focusing on. So if you're new to the channel here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I post 2 new videos every single week on this channel relating to all things Airbnb and short-term rental and how to help you make money and make a better return on your investment. So make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with the channel as we continue posting new content every single week. Now, also, make sure that you check out the links in the description down below. Check out some amazing free trainings that we've got for you and an opportunity to work directly with me on investing in properties for short-term rental. Now, if you're interested in earning a full-time income managing other people's properties on Airbnb, then check out the free training, link down in the description down below. I highly recommend checking that out. Now, without further ado, let's jump into this because I'm really excited to share with you guys about this $100,000 opportunity that no one is focusing on right now. This is a huge untapped opportunity for so many people out there, so I'm very eager to share this with you. Now, you've heard me talk in other videos. If you're not new to the channel, if you've been around for a while, you'll hear me talk about Airbnb management and all these cool different opportunities and the best locations. But what I'm constantly amazed by is the opportunity that no one ends up focusing on, which is smaller towns, smaller, more rural areas. And the right, more rural areas can just do so incredibly well on Airbnb. And to boot, there's just no competition for Airbnb management in those areas. In fact, a lot of Airbnb owners in these areas, I can speak from my own experience being an Airbnb owner, there's just so few options when it comes to finding someone to actually help manage your property on Airbnb in some of these more rural areas. Now, for me personally, I've had the experience. I have a property that's generating over $100,000 a year in income for that property on Airbnb. Now that means that a property manager would be generating about $20,000 a year on that one property if I hired them as a property manager. Now, at one point we were looking at, before we decided to build out our whole management company for our properties in that location, because it was a new location, we decided to just take the management in-house. Before that, I looked at the option of hiring a property management company, and to my disappointment, there were only about 3 in this entire area. Now, 2 of them were really just not even options once I started looking at it. And one of them was an option, but frankly, it was just crazy to me. They didn't even use Airbnb. So just think about that. Imagine a short-term rental. They're specifically a vacation rental management company. They specifically focus on short-term rentals, and they don't even use Airbnb. They're so outdated, so archaic. They don't even use Airbnb. They don't use VRBO. All they use is their own website that gets a few hundred hits a day in traffic compared to Airbnb's thousands of viewings that I get on my listing every single week on that property. Now, that's just insane. Their properties are going to be going for maybe $40,000 to $50,000 a year is what they would generate with my property. Whereas on Airbnb, I can generate twice that amount. And that's because they don't know how to use these big, scary new platforms. And so they're sticking to their old ways. Now, think about that. Think about how crazy of an undisrupted market that is, that's just ripe for disruption, ripe for you to jump in there and take advantage of this opportunity. Now, this is not one single area. These areas exist all over the place. And that's why when people come to me and they ask me, hey, James, I'm in a small town. Can this really work for me? Is this a good opportunity for me? I say, absolutely, yes, it is. Arguably even more so than if you're in a big, huge, populous city. Now, those areas can do really well, and I've got students I work with that do incredibly well and make 6 figures in those areas as well. But if you're looking at the easiest way to get to 6 figures in income, it certainly is going into one of these hugely untapped markets where no one else exists as competition and where people really need this service. Oftentimes in these more rural, more remote locations, that's where people need property managers the most, right? Is because they don't have as much access to go and just check out the property. They don't live right down the road, for example. And so there also just aren't as many resources available to them. There's not 7 cleaning companies that they can call. There's probably just one. There's not, a plethora of different results when they search for a maintenance person. There's maybe just a few local handymen that they can call on. So having someone that can manage and take care of their property for them and just take care of everything from A to Z, manage that whole system, incredibly valuable to them. Now, That's why in these areas, you can often charge even more than 20% as a management fees. In some areas, I've seen up to 50% being charged. Now, that's pretty uncommon. That's definitely a really high management fee, but 20 to 30% is definitely justifiable. And with so many of these areas having properties that bring in $100,000, $120,000 per year, that means that one property can generate $20,000 a year in income for you. In other words, it only takes about 5 properties in some of these areas to get to a 6-figure income from managing properties on Airbnb. Now, imagine being able to build a 6-figure income, managing just 5 properties, and doing it in an area where there's no competition, where people are eagerly demanding your service. They want it, they need it. There's no competition, and you can get there with just 5 clients. Let alone if you build to 10 or 20 clients, and now suddenly you're sitting on $200,000, $400,000 a year in income from managing properties on Airbnb. Now, that just blows my mind when I think about the opportunity that so few people are paying attention to. So now, if you want to know exactly how to do this, if you're as excited about this as I am, and you want to go and leverage this opportunity and grow it into a full-time income, start a business managing other people's properties on Airbnb and taking advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, then I highly recommend you check out the free training that's linked down below. It's going to walk you through the whole process step by step by step. It's going to show you how to find these areas. It's going to show you how to find these property owners, how to market to them, how to get them on board under management, and how to make those properties really perform well, and do it in a way where you can actually automate and outsource all the day-to-day operations so that you're not involved and you can make this money quite passively in the long term. So I highly recommend that you check out that free training. You're also going to get some free tools just handed to you. They're going to help you get started, get those first few clients. So again, I could not more strongly recommend that you check that out. It's going to be incredibly valuable to you. If you want to stop sleeping on this 6-figure opportunity, then I highly recommend checking that out. All that being said, I hope you liked this video. I hope this opened your eyes to what I find to be just an incredible opportunity. If you did like the video, hit that like button. It really helps me out a lot as I'm growing this channel. So please just take a quick second, hit that like button. And if you have not done so already, which YouTube's analytics backend is telling me most of you have not, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to stay up to date. I post 2 new videos every single week on this channel, and I hope to bring you as much value as possible. I want to make sure you stay up to date, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. That's all for today, and I'll see you in the next video.